Hi, welcome back to another Heather Mac Reacts. Today I'm doing something new, surprise, surprise, and it's a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a story time, a little bit of an expose, and I don't know. It's quite the conglomerate. And if you're interested in videos like this, make sure you subscribe because I post 3 times a week, every single week. And if y'all are ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this debacle. Okay, story time, backstory. Let's just fly through it. I know this woman, we're going to call her Jen. Her daughter went to school with my son previously, and I got to know Jen. I got to know Jen's mom and Jen's dad because they would also take the daughter to and from school because Jen was a school teacher. And I eventually met the dad. He was also Jen's husband, who's also very nice. Love this whole family. So last year we were at the Halloween festival at the school, and everyone sort of seemed a little off. Finally, Jen's mom comes up to me and she goes, Jen is having a miscarriage, like right now. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. That's terrible. Here I am holding my cute as hell, like 9-month-old baby, and I just feel like a fucking sore thumb or like a big old shaker of salt just ready to rub it into her wounds. But anyway, her daughter spent a lot of time with my son. Jen kind of spent a lot of time away, which is fine. Anyway, a couple weeks pass and I see Jen at school and I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? And she goes, really not well. And I was like, oh, are you okay? And she's like, no, I had to have a DNC for the baby I lost, which is, oh, what does it stand for? I don't even know. It's basically when they go in and they retrieve all of the human tissue left behind from a miscarriage that didn't completely miscarry itself. So anyway, Jen says, yeah, I had to have that DNC. And when they did that, they found a giant ass tumor in my uterus, but it was an ovarian tumor. So she had ovarian cancer that had already spread to her uterus, and she'd had no symptoms whatsoever. I mean, what was it, like a 7 or 9 centimeter freaking tumor? Like, it was a good sized tumor. And she had no idea until she got pregnant with this baby, miscarried this baby, and then had to, the doctor had to go in there and fish around. So I go, girl, I would never say that this happened for a reason. She goes, oh no, I know that this baby was an angel that saved my life. And I just felt so bad for her. And I told her, I'm like, listen, if you need to send your daughter away for a difficult day or some treatments or whatever, I will get a bunch of art supplies. Her and my son can have a play day and we'll just get her out of your hair for a little while. Well, she never took me up on that offer, which is fine. They seem a little bit like this is our family unit, but they'd invited us to her birthday party last year, and they came to both my son's birthday parties this past year, and it just kind of felt like they were family friends. I've mentioned before that we started a vending business. I wanted to get into her school, and she was like, oh my God, we would love this. The principal has to say yes. I'm going to, put a bug in their ear if I have to, et cetera, et cetera. So, she just seemed I don't know, we could be friends, until she started making these posts. And now, until I started following her on Facebook, well, being friends with her on Facebook. First, I noticed that these posts were just very, very salesman-y, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm just like, girl, what are you selling? But it was nothing. She was working out at these workout classes. That is not something you sell. She was taking supplements, which I think she had discount codes for, which is, again, not really salesman. I mean, I guess a little. And then things just kept changing and changing and changing. And now here we are at today's topic. This woman has fallen prey to an MLM. What is an MLM, you may ask? That is a multi-level marketing company. There are hundreds, dozens, all throughout the world, and they all operate very similarly. The goal is not really to sell the product. The goal is to recruit people beneath you to sell the product for you, and then for them to also recruit, and them to recruit, and them to recruit. I was in an MLM back in the day. Mary Kay, one of the oldest and most notorious MLMs that ever were. And, I started to realize that there was a couple things that kind of didn't make sense to me, because I didn't know what an MLM was. This was also years ago when social media wasn't such a huge thing, and we didn't have so much information right at our fingertips. I mean, Google was there. I could have Googled these things, but I didn't even think to. So my mom did Mary Kay when she was younger, and she'd be like, oh, it's really hard to sell. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just work harder. You're not gonna scare me. And so anyway, a couple things started to make me think harder about the Mary Kay situation. One was they were recruit. Get people to join your team. Become a red jacket, which is when you have I think 3 people on your team. Become the next level up where you have XYZ. Become a director, become an area director, get a car, get a free car, which a lot of companies say you have a free car. Mary Kay actually gives you a free car, but of course it's not free. You had to pay, you had to sell a lot of things. But that's the other thing. Okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Back to the recruiting thing. Why, if I have a customer, do I want them to now be on my team where I can't make money from them anymore? That's the thing, is that you will be making money from them eventually. But that just always struck me the wrong way. Why am I taking away my customers? Isn't the name of the game to sell makeup? No, the name of the game is to recruit a team that you can then sponge off of. So let's get to the selling versus buying. You were never acknowledged. There were weekly Mary Kay meetings that you had to wear a dress and stockings to. God forbid you didn't. Okay. And you were never recognized for what you sold. You were recognized for what you bought from the company. The accolades came with what you purchased from the company. And now let me tell you something. Very first day of joining Mary Kay, they go, so how much inventory do you want to buy? And you're like, inventory, bitch, I just spent $115 on your starter kit. I ain't trying to buy nothing else. Well, how can you sell it if you don't have it in your inventory? People don't want to wait these days because people don't buy from Amazon, right? And wait 2 Prime days to get it, or for next day, whatever. Those are the 2 things that kind of struck me as odd. And then I got out of Mary Kay because I moved to North Carolina, and I literally knew nobody, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore, and I hated it. And I didn't think the products were that good, and they were way fucking overpriced, and it just was a whole bunch of bullshit. And I was like, deuces, I'm out. Then I started getting into watching anti-MLM videos on YouTube, and my eyes were opened. My brain was open. Suddenly everything made sense because nothing used to make sense. Now, is this woman, Jen, a victim, or is she a perpetrator? Because I'm not sure anymore. I feel MLMs, the really dirty rats of the MLMs, they will purposefully target people who've gone through a tragedy, people who've gone through child loss, people who have incurable diseases like lupus and all sorts of MS and all sorts of things. they target those people because they can connect to them, and then they can play on their insecurities. Well, wouldn't you love another source of income that you can do from your home? Wouldn't you love to be able to contribute more to your family? And you're like, of course the answer is yes, but not with an MLM, my friends. And if y'all are curious what an MLM is and what isn't, I screen recorded a list of the most common MLMs, and I will read a couple to you. And let me just give the disclaimer: if you are in an MLM, you should get out. If you are in MLM and you think that they're a good company, you're not correct. If that hurts your feelings, I'm really sorry, because there was a point in time where I would have defended Mary Kay too, but Mary Kay would never defend me. They don't give a shit about me. Okay, I'm just another number. I'm just another person in your downline. So if you are in an MLM or you know someone who is in an MLM, I would encourage you to search that MLM on YouTube and see what you can see. Find what you can find. And now I'm going to show you this list. Okay, we have Amari Global, Ambit Energy, Amway, Arbonne, Avon, Beauty Counter, Color Street, Cutco, actually I've been there too, doTERRA, Enagic, Pharmacy, HempWorks, Herbalife, Isogenics, It Works, Lavelle, LuLaRoe, Mary Kay, Melaleuca, Modere, Monet, Paparazzi, Primerica, Prove It, Roden and Field, Sensient, Saint, whatever, Team Beachbody, The Pampered Chef, 31 Gifts, Thrive, Tupperware, USANA Health Sciences, Usborne Books, World Financial Group, Young Living, and Unique. I know that was long, but I want y'all to know that even things that you might not think are MLMs, like LuLaRoe, like Avon, like The Pampered Chef, like Tupperware, those are MLMs too. And the reason why I want you to know about them is because I want you to not support them. And I know that sucks, because that may mean not supporting a friend or a family member, but the best thing that you can do is not help them linger on a dream that's literally never going to happen. If you are not one of the first 100 salespeople or advisors or whatever you want to call it, associates of a MLM company, the probability of you making any money and not just losing money is so astronomically minute. And I will show you that as well at the end of the video. Okay, so back to Jen. I'm going to read a couple of her posts. I'm going to pick them apart. I'm going to show you where she's using that classic MLM speak and why it's freaking shady. Hey friends, hand emoji. You will see lots of emojis. You will see lots of M dashes and N dashes and plus signs and equal signs and just things to jazz up their writing text. That's a big flag, big red flag that it's an MLM. Still here, still standing, and honestly stronger than ever. Last year knocked us down hard. Positive pregnancy tests, miscarriage, cancer diagnosis, surgery, treatments, and the long road of piecing life back together. There were moments I truly didn't think I'd still be here for my daughter. And if you've ever faced that kind of paralyzing fear, you know it changes everything. When you come out on the other side, nothing is the same. You're forced to do so much soul searching, and you absolutely don't see life the same way you used to. You stop waiting for someday. You stop settling for just surviving, and you start asking yourself, what kind of life do I actually want for my family? Here come the emojis, y'all. We've had those late night stare at the ceiling combos that hit you hard. Why are we working our asses off and still always stressed about money? Why are we letting jobs we love but that drain us steal time away from our daughter? Why are we acting like someday is guaranteed when I know better than anyone that it's not? So here's the deal. We're done surviving. We're building something new. This isn't just a little side hustle. I'm a wave my red flag every time there's a red flag. Side hustle. There we go. And it sure as heck isn't just another Oh, her name. Just another Jen thing. It's a real intentional shift for our family together. Here's what that means for us: getting out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle, having actual options instead of excuses, saying yes to my daughter more than we say no. Because at the end of the day, it's her. It's always her. She's the reason I fought so damn hard through cancer, the reason I work relentlessly on my health every day, and the reason I'll never stop chasing something better for us. We know it won't be easy, but we're all in. And let me tell you something, as my daughter would say, when my daughter and I are aligned, or my husband and I are aligned, nothing can stop us. If you've ever been fed up with your current circumstances or questioned, is this seriously all there is? This is your sign to pay attention. Already reaching out for other people. You don't have to keep grinding yourself into the ground. You get to choose different if you want it. If you want it, classic. That's exactly what we're doing, and we're just getting started. Again, you will see this same language. I'm going to show y'all the same language over and over and over. They all use the same shit. DM me the word enough if you're ready to stop waiting for someday and finally create more options for your family too. We have so much to show you. Does anybody else feel like they were just pitched a sale? Because I do, and it kind of feels icky. Let's see the comments. Number 1, Jennifer with a blue little check next to her name. This is only the beginning. You are going to change so many lives. I'm going to go ahead and make an assumption here. And I'm not sure if I looked at her profile and screenshot it, but I did for a lot of these blue checks, and I can prove what I'm going to say. They're also in her company, and they are just trying to boost her algorithm by commenting. And next example, Heather here. Not me, y'all. I do not have a blue check mark next to my name. She writes enough. So she's acting like she wants a DM about this business opportunity. But in fact, she's already in the business, and she is just trying to, encourage others to write enough that aren't actually already in the company. But to me, it just comes off as fake. Like, you're faking this. You're faking it till you make it, but that's so obviously fake. And why are you being fake? Why can't you just be real? And also, what company is this? What are you doing exactly? What does it have to do with me? Why would I want to do it? Just because I can guarantee financial freedom? What's going to guarantee me financial freedom? What is the company name? We don't know, right? Next, Brianna says, hell yeah, y'all are just getting started, and I'm so friggin' excited to see where this goes for you. So proud to be attached to your journey. Let's go, power couple. And we have a guest. Oh no. Mama's working. Mister. Easter. Can you show Mama? Dancing and dancing. Thank you. We'll see if I can edit any of his cuteness in without exposing his identity. Anyway, so here's Jennifer's profile. Empowering women to create financial abundance without sacrificing family time. Her about section says, faith-filled, homeschooling girl mom, RN turned CEO, living proof you can love God and create overflow. Y'all, we're going to see a theme. He's got Fred. Oh, this is one of Jennifer's posts. Sorry if this video is a little out of order. I am obviously a bit distracted and my screenshots are all over the place, but I think you're going to get the gist of things. This is one of Jennifer's posts. I knew something had to change. Not next month, not next year, now. Because here's the truth. Years of working nights, weekends, and every spare minute still left me exhausted, still left me missing moments, still left me wondering how we'd get ahead. And I refuse to live like that anymore. So when God opened the door to this business, I didn't tiptoe through it. I ran. No cold messaging, no gimmicks, just a proven system, mentorship, and a company that's been paying out life-changing commissions for 50 years. I will prove that that is not the norm for anybody. Now, I'm home. I'm present. I'm building a business that gives my family options instead of excuses. And here's the part you need to hear. This isn't just the thing that changed my life. It can change yours too. If you're willing to stop playing small and take the first step, DM me ready, and I'll show you the exact plan that's helping mamas everywhere break free from burnout for good. Oh, and here we have Amy. She responds with a bunch of clapping hands, and she's got a blue check mark, and she's going to show up later in our story. Jennifer responds, it was time for real change. And that's about it. Next, Jennifer says, yes, you can. You can stay home with your kids and still build an empire. You can step into something new and absolutely thrive. You can keep going even when no one claps for you yet. You can do it. Messy, scared, unsure, and still win. You don't need permission, just belief. Yes, you can. And I can help you do it. DM me freedom and let's build it side by side. Is anyone seeing a pattern here? I hope that I'm showing you a pattern here. Here's Heather from those comments. She is taking families from burnout to bliss. 1, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, 9. Yay! You're so smart. 1, 2, buckle my 3, 4, shut the 5, 6, pick up 7, 8, lay them straight 9, 10, do it again. Sorry, y'all. I just need to show him up. Oh, thank you. I just need to show him off sometimes because he's so cute and smart. All right, back to Heather. She's a mama, a mentor, a freedom builder, helping create income plus time freedom, heart. DM info. Anyone seeing a pattern here? Next, we have Brianna. She is a coach plus mentor, and she is a wife, a boy mama, family first, PTA turned CEO, teaching you how to reach your dreams. I hope you're seeing the pattern here. Let's continue. This is one of Jen's posts now. You know, I'll always tell it like it is. Emoji. Lately, I've had a few women cancel calls last minute, ghost after saying they're so ready, or get a little snippy when I don't word vomit every detail of my business in the DMs. Upside down face. Here's the thing. If you are running a business and you are actually trying to recruit people to work this business with you, why wouldn't you tell them what the business is called? Why wouldn't you divulge all the information that they're asking? I have a vending business. I would literally tell anyone asking, like 99.9%, like maybe you don't know, you don't need my exact like numbers to like the decimal or something. But like, I'm going to tell you, this is the name of my company. These are the kind of things that we sell. This is how the business works. This is what is expected of you. And are you interested? This person has to get on a phone call with you, talk you into it, see you for coffee, freaking follow up with you, and not answer all your fucking questions. A year ago, that probably would have hurt my feelings, but now I know better. I'm not here to chase or convince anyone to want more for their life. I've lived through exhaustion, working full time, raising a family, cancer treatments, trying to build something online, and still constantly feeling behind. Telling myself I wanted change, but never actually doing anything different to create it. So I get it. I've been her, but I've also outgrown her. At some point, you have to choose: keep treading water in the same cycle that's drowning you, or finally learn to swim out of the deep end. Everyone I talk to lately says the same thing. Life is so expensive now, blah, 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 blah. Okay, who cares? It wasn't easy to admit, but selling shakes plus supplements forever wasn't going to set me free. If you truly want to 180 your financial situation, you need something that pays more than a few dollars per sale. When the cost of living keeps rising, you need something that multiplies your effort. Blah, blah, blah. The cost of staying stuck will always be higher than the cost of starting. So no, I'm not here to beg or convince anyone. I'm here for the women who are actually ready, the ones who are done surviving plus willing to take the risk. If that's you, stop waiting for the right time. Spoiler, there isn't one. DM me ready, plus I'll show you exactly what's possible. And as you see, she'll post a informational or inspirational meme, and then a picture of her and her daughter, which I have obviously blocked out. That is the theme that you will see over and over again. Here's another one from Jen. I can't tell you how many moms plus teachers have reached out lately with the exact same story. They're freaking exhausted. Blah, blah, blah. I've said every version of every excuse. I used to say all of it because I wanted change, just not the kind of change that actually required me to change. But you could build a new life, blah, blah, blah. This isn't some little side hustle or affiliate gig pushing $40 commissions. It's a high-level model that actually values your time, effort, plus energy and rewards it. And no, I'm not here to get rich quick or retire my husband overnight. I'm doing it so we can pay off medical bills, cover fertility costs. And I'm making these faces because I know that's why she was targeted, because she had child loss, because she is in fertility treatments, because she is looking for a way out of the medical debt that she's in and the medical debt that she's going to incur also facing fertility treatments. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Momentum's building fast. I've got 3 calls booked this week. You don't need to have it all figured out today. Just be open. If you're done settling for someday, DM me ready. Plus, let's make it happen. Another meme, another picture of her and her child. In my opinion, maybe stop using your kid. Amy, who is a recurring character in this story, responds, so many teachers are burned out and underpaid. Keep showing them the way to freedom. Next is another post from Jen, another meme with another picture of her daughter. Another post from Jen, another picture of her and her daughter. DM me the word change if you're ready to see what's truly possible for you. Next is another post from Jen and another picture, only this time it's her daughter and her husband. And DM me the word change, plus I'll show you a whole new world. Next, we have Amy responding change. And Jen responded, sending you a message. Amy, why would you need to post change under Jen's post? Because... And Brianna, you too, change. Okay. And who else? Oh, here's Amy. Here's Amy's profile. She is finding freedom on the other side of burnout. Mom, wife, RN/DPT turned CEO. Where have we heard that before? Helping women ditch burnout plus build legacy with God and a whole lot of grit. Sure you are. Next is Amy's post. I didn't just leave my healthcare career. I replaced that. Let that sink in. I'm not talking about side money. I'm talking about profit sharing accounts with 50-plus-year-old company. Legacy income, 20K plus months from my phone, on my time, even while traveling. This isn't luck. It's leverage. DM me legacy. It's your turn to replace the grind with freedom. Pound it. And if you see, there's a picture of her and a meme. Where have we seen that before, y'all? And look, Ashton with a check mark goes legacy, and Alexis with a check mark goes legacy. And I'm just thinking, neither one of them really mean it. Here's a post from Brianna. Every late night, every prayer you whispered, every time you wondered if freedom was really possible, it all leads here. Fast forward, DM me breakthrough, and let's go. Then Amy commented with a check mark, and Lindsay commented with a check mark. Message me dream if you're ready to bet on you. I just there's 100 examples, okay? But let's get to this. Right here, this says, congrats on your sale, Amy, a $14,000 day. And it says W money sign F. And then at the bottom, it just says WF. So I did a little Googling and I found that WF most likely refers to World Financial Group, a company that uses a multi-level marketing model to sell financial and insurance products. The company operates in the United States and Canada and Puerto Rico, and its associates earn money by selling products and recruiting new members. The business model, associates are compensated not only for the products they sell, but also for recruiting new people who then join the company and sell products. Now, that $14,000 day that Amy just had, this lucrative business that Jen thinks that she's pulling everyone into, why don't we hear from World Financial Group themselves about what their earnings look like in any given year? So this was last revised on February 1st, 2024. So it's almost 2 years old. It's funny that they don't really like updating these things, huh? An agent is awarded a ring based on achieving a certain level of cash flow in a rolling 12-month period, while an agent is awarded an advancement based on meeting various criteria over specific rolling time frames. Please note that many of our agents do not achieve the same level of success. Did you hear that? For the calendar year 2023, World Financial Group Insurance Agency, LLC, its subsidiary agencies, and World Financial Group Insurance Agency of Canada, Inc., as a whole, paid an average of $6,534.77 to its life insurance licensed agents in the United States and Canada. So what you're telling me is that in a year, the average person in your company made $6,534. What's that a month, y'all? $3,000 a month? I mean, that's a nice little side hustle. That's not legacy money. And also, let us remember that there are the Amy's who make $14,000 in a day, and this is just an average. So if there's Amy's making $14,000 a day in a day, there's definitely Joe Schmoes over here who make $0 in a fucking year, or like $100 in a year, or like $200 in a year. That's it. And I guarantee you they paid to be in this business. Now, let's go back a little bit further and we will look at their income disclosure statement from, it was last revised in 2023, so it's for 2022. And as a whole, they paid an average of $7,402.09 to its life insurance licensed agents in the United States and Canada. So in 2022, it was $7,400, and in 2024, it was $6,500. It's just getting worse, y'all. It is not going up. It is absolutely going down. This person says, my friend, and this is on Reddit, my friend claims to be earning $500,000 a year working with WFG, World Financial Group. Someone commented, it took me 3 seconds on Google to determine that WFG is a pretty well-known and notorious MLM period scheme company. These companies push their associates to fake it until you make it to attract new members. To some people, like your friend, that quickly devolves into outright lying to the people in their lives in an attempt to make a buck. Yes, that's the thing, is that not only do you fake it till you make it to the outside people, but to like the people that you're trying to recruit, you fake it until you make it to anyone. Even people inside of the company that are like above you. Me, how did I accomplish anything in Mary Kay? I borrowed money from my dad. I borrowed $3,000 from my dad and used like 99% of it to buy Mary Kay products. Did I sell $3,000 worth of product? No, I probably sold $100 worth of product if I'm lucky. The rest I actually sold back to the company for 90% of what it's worth. So I still lost money, but thank goodness, not that much goddamn money. What I want y'all to see is that MLMs are predatory. If it's too good to be true, it literally is. If you get in on the ground level of a brand new MLM, you definitely have a chance to make life-changing money, but you'll be doing that by stepping on the backs of everyone in your downline. You'll be doing that off the backs of single mothers who spent their last $100 to buy a starter kit for your MLM in the hopes that her life would change. And instead, she's going to spend time that she doesn't have away from her children and money that she doesn't have from her small income to try to get to where you are. And you at the top of this pyramid know she'll never make it there. So please, think twice before getting into a pyramid scheme like this. Think twice if you're already in a pyramid scheme, and keep an eye out, y'all. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a note in the comments. Let me know if you'd like to see more things like this. Don't forget, we have a playlist of over 575 Am I the A-hole videos up here that you can binge. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!